Okay. Hi. Welcome back. You'll notice the lighting is different because it's nighttime. I've been filming all of these different 5-element breathing techniques during the daytime the past few days. And I'll post both of them tonight, but this morning I was just really overtaken by some very heavy, sad feelings, and it felt like it kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. And I really couldn't place it, which I'll go into in other videos as well, because you don't always need to know why you're feeling a certain emotion. There doesn't have to be a story there. It's just more important the recognition of feeling it. And while I was driving back here preparing to film for the earth element, I was just feeling a lot of sadness, and that's the metal element, and it comes after the earth element. So I went ahead with what I was feeling, because that is how I tend to do things. I go off of how I'm feeling, not like a structure that makes me deny how I'm feeling. That's very challenging for me. So I went ahead and just utilized the energy and filmed, but then I couldn't really get myself. I had more transforming to do as the day went on, and I couldn't just put myself into the emotions of the earth element, because as it so happens that just me talking about these different acquired emotions and virtues has me really feeling them much more strongly than I was expecting. So, I'm learning a lot, and it was really helpful to do the metal element. So there is that video that you can watch as well. But I want to take the time to get into the earth element. And as more videos come along, some of you will find it funny that I just sung that, because a singing tone of voice is showing a bit of an imbalance in the earth element. Not that it's a bad thing per se, but it's an informative tool when you are dealing with people, the way that they speak, the way that their body language is, what's happening in their body, how they hold themselves. It's kind of like reading body language. You really get a lot of insight around what might be happening for that person, or you might be picking up on some of the more constitutional imbalances. And the earth element is one of my constitutional imbalances. So that might also have been why it was more challenging for me to step into the energy of it today, because it is something that I've been working on specifically over the years. So the earth element, the acquired emotion is worry and obsessive thought. So unlike the fire element, where one thought spurs multiple thoughts, and it's like, whoa, what am I even thinking about? There's so many things that I'm now thinking about because of this one thing I'm thinking about so much, okay? The earth element is like this nagging thought, this one thought that keeps creeping in, that you keep circling around. It is an obsessive quality. It's an obsessive thought, really. Not so much an obsessive quality, although another diagnostic, if you're working with people and you find that they obsess about certain things and don't let it go, then we need to help bring in the virtue. And the virtue for the earth element is trust and faith. Whatever that might look like, I am not religious. I am very spiritual. And through learning about these patternings and just various circumstances in my life and experiences that I've gone through, my faith has increased substantially, and my trust in source, in spirit, in God, in the earth, in the sun, has increased as well. And trust and faith in myself has increased a lot. So there's some benefits there that you will notice as this comes into more balance in you or in others. You'll notice also those that have a strong trust or faith in the process, or in good, or in benevolence, winning, or whatever, however you want to put that. They tend to not worry or obsess about things. So, interesting. Ow, my candle went out. Oh, let's do some Palo Santo. I noticed my candle was getting pretty low earlier, so I'll have to go pick up another one tomorrow. So let's just cleanse and sage the energy of the space and me too. Although I did go take a really nice long beach walk, and while I was there, I really focused on earthing, grounding, spending time really focusing on the earth. Even though I was at the ocean and the beach and the shoreline, I wasn't walking on water. I was in the earth and in nature. So the earth, takes many forms, and you can ground many ways, but really working with whatever nature you have near you can really help to bring in that earthing, that grounding quality that is really, it's centering. So the way that I like to think about how these virtues and acquired emotions play around with one another is the dynamic between the earth and the sun, because, we have been talking a little bit about the colors in these videos and which colors to focus on as you're inhaling in to strengthen the virtue. And the colors for the earth element are traditionally yellow, but also brown. So with brown, I really think of dirt and earth. And with yellow, I think of the sun. And the way to think about, this virtue and how it plays out is we don't really go to sleep at nighttime and worry or obsess about, is the sun going to come up tomorrow? We just have this innate trust in our beings that the sun's going to rise tomorrow. Whether it's cloudy out and raining, or snowing, or whatever weather there might be, the sun is still predictable, and it still rises, and it still shines light, and it still gives life-giving qualities to the earth and to all the inhabitants on the earth, right? We wouldn't be able to survive here if we didn't have the sun shining down on us. Plants wouldn't grow. Well, so forth and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying. So if you are experiencing a lot of worry, you're really worrying about something, or you just have this nagging thought that keeps coming in, whatever it might be, if it just continues to kind of eat away at you, that's funny too, for another video. You can use these sounds to help to release those emotions. So the sound to purge, because sounds purge and release, and colors and visualizations strengthen and tonify. So on an exhale, the sound that you would make is a ooh, but a guttural ooh. So there's a bit of you get into your gut there. I mentioned in the next video what parts of the body are affected with the metal element, the lungs and the large intestine. So with the stomach, with the earth element, it's the stomach and the spleen. So that's why I laughed when I said if this nagging thought's eating away at you. The phrases, it's so great. It's just so wonderful. So it's an noise that you would make to release these feelings of worry. If you just do a ooh, that's actually the sound for 2 elements ahead, which is the water. So we're gonna get into that one later. This one, again, I like to think of like a didgeridoo, and sometimes I sound like a didgeridoo when I'm working on my clients, and I'm noticing that they have, if their body is telling me that they need to purge some of this energy, I'll go into, I'll put a tone with it, because that helps to release even more on a physical level. If you keep it more at a, like just a, or even a lighter, you're getting more into the emotional and energetic realms, and purging out the worry or thought, obsessive thought from those. But if there's also something having to do with the physical body, or if you literally have like knots in your stomach from worry, another fun phrase that fits perfectly. If like your like stomach's in knots because you just keep worrying about this thing, then you do want to put a tone to it, because it's going to help that vibration, that tonal healing is going to get deeper into your cellular structure of your physicality, your physical being, and help to release those emotions. So breathe with me if you'd like. Inhaling in through the nose, deep belly breath, filling up the belly first, then filling up the chest. And on the exhale, it's a so it gets really low in your body. It doesn't just stay like a whoo. It goes deeper than that. You can feel it. We'll do it again, inhaling in. This time, as in the exhale, you're gonna hear my didgeridoo. So. Got a little weird there because I started to worry. It kills me. It's just too good. I'm not going to tell you guys that this 5-element theory is like the end all be all, only way, only breathing techniques. Like, no. I practice many different practices. I love all of them. I love learning patterns, and I love seeing connections in things. And so when I started to learn 5-element theory, I honestly was just like, the patterns, after I really started getting a little bit deeper into it and remembering like what the certain connections were, it just spoke to me. It made a lot of sense to me. And so I love 5-element theory because of everything. It's such a comprehensive and holistic patterning and system. It's very holistic. So that'll be a different video on what is holistic health, because I think it's really misunderstood actually, and kind of more of just a catchphrase that sounds really cool, but I don't think people understand the depth of it. So inhaling in, breathing in trust, focusing on trusting the outcome of the situation and faith, this yellow color or brown if you really want to focus on grounding, and exhaling out. Do that as many times as you need to when you are in moments of worrying or obsessing about something, and focus on the faith, focus on trust, focus on feeling better and breathing. And that's where we're gonna end it for now. Metal element is up next, and you'll see me get a little bit more real and raw. Hope you guys enjoy. I sincerely hope this helps you. Bye.